Hey, what is going on, my XRP holders? Can you believe that in yesterday's video, we just talked about how this is kind of a dangerous zone for XRP price and to really be careful about some sharp 5 to 10% candles happening on the 1 minute chart? Well, I'll be damned, to keep it clean in PG-13, I'll be damned that just happened today. Welcome to the show, everyone. Make sure do smash the likes and subscribe down below. Yesterday's video, we were just talking about how, hey, this zone right here, it's a dangerous zone. Nonetheless, I got to give credit to this level because in the last half decade, since late 2017, the current level I am calling terrifying has been a historical zone for XRP demand. Right, so I'm playing both sides of the coin here. I am telling you guys, okay, look, yeah, it is a little bit of a terrifying level, but at the same time, you know, this general zone here, over the last half decade, it has been immense support for the Binance pump, for the kind of, you know, ending the bear market accumulation pump, for the SEC bounce. This purple box here has been amazing demand for XRP. Absolutely amazing demand on the XRP charts. But in yesterday's video, I was talking about how, hey, you know what? It's an amazing level. It's a really good area for XRP to get that bounce, as I posted on my Twitter account today. But I'll be damned, a day after I make a video about that, it actually happens on the XRP charts. Now, we're on the weekly chart here. It doesn't look all that terrifying. But if you want to scrunch it down to the small time frames, look at what happened to XRP price. Look at that. We were just talking about this. Terrifying level for XRP. Other side of the coin, you know what? It is a great level for XRP. It has historically had many, many buyers at this level. But just look at that. From damn near 34 cents per coin, all the way down to 30 cents a coin on the dot. And guys, what have we been talking about? Last half decade, since late 2017, this level has been so strong for XRP price. And will you look at that on Bitstamp right there? 30 cents on the dot is when you guys watching this video, your buy orders are getting filled. You guys are buying XRP at these levels because you know this is way too cheap of a price for XRP. All right. So I am going to have a more further price action discussion video later today, but this video is not exactly about XRP price, which is why I'm putting the timestamps and things like that, because the main thing I want to talk about today is a bombshell thread from John Deaton. This is a very, very long thread. It goes on for many, many, many tweets. And this is John Deaton, I think, kind of giving us, I wouldn't exactly say a summary, but he's kind of theorizing about the future of the SEC versus Ripple lawsuit as we go into the year 2023. Can you believe it's already 2023? In 4 months, I'm going to be 23 years old. That's just crazy. Anyways. All right, so 2023 SEC versus Ripple thread. Will the case settle? So he put out a poll saying after 18,000 votes, the poll below shows that 59% of people believe a settlement will happen. To be honest, 59% is higher than I would have guessed. A year ago, I believed a settlement was likely because the SEC wouldn't want the Hinman emails made public. And later in this thread, he talks about how he does believe those Hinman emails will become public. It was my opinion that if the emails were extremely valuable to Ripple and extremely damaging to the SEC would settle before turning over the emails, drafts, and comments. So you got to understand the court, the judge, the Ripple lawyers, Ripple themselves, they do have the Hinman emails. They do have the Hinman documents. And John Deaton's saying here that it's his opinion that the SEC would settle with Ripple to do kind of the damage control of, okay, you know what, let's just settle with them. Let's end this lawsuit because we do not want the disgusting acts of the SEC to be revealed from those Hinman emails. And as I've told you guys in yesterday's video, I do have a little bit of a cold right now. Just let me get this one cough, and we'll keep the video going. My apologies. Always get sick going through airports. Anyways, so John Deaton's expectations, they didn't happen. It was the whole thing of the SEC, the Hinman emails, the Hinman documents, the Hinman 60-plus drafts. They did not want to risk that going to public, so the common theory was kind of the settlement would be the SEC's kind of bailout and damage control of, okay, you know what? Let's just raise the white flag here. Let's just surrender and settle with Ripple because we do not want those internal documents going public. But the SEC, they doubled down. They doubled down and go, oh, no, these documents, emails, and drafts, they'll never go public. Let's just keep going with the lawsuit. We got to get this victory to make, Gary Gensler look like a good person. God, no clarity, Gary. All right. Instead, Ripple has now cited the Hinman emails in its opposition briefs, which is the ones that have the little redactions, which John Deaton in this thread does kind of make some assumptions on what the redactions could be given the context of those documents. Although the SEC asked the judge to seal the documents, if the judge considers the Hinman speech emails in her decision in any regard, the emails and documents become, quote, judicial documents, and the judge will order the documents to be filed on the public docket with a few redactions. There's a good chance, however, Judge Torres does not rely on the Hinman emails or drafts in her ruling and therefore allows them sealed. No, I want those public. Me personally, random kid on the internet, I want those public. All right? Doing all this ETHGATE and $15 million retirement benefits and all this crap. I want to see what's going on behind the scenes. Sorry, guys. Spare me a couple of coughs throughout this video. So Judge Torres has implied that the Hinman emails, drafts, and comments are relevant only for purposes of cross-examination and impeachment. Of course, she may have ruled that way before reading the emails herself. The emails are now part of the official record and have been cited to by Ripple. If we review the redactions in the context, we can surmise a lot. Ripple's opposition brief cites the emails on 4 pages. So in the Ripple opposition briefs to the SEC in the lawsuit that mention the Hinman emails, a lot of redactions there. And as you can see, above one of the redactions, what does that say? SEC lit emails. See, look at that. Blank, SEC lit emails. Statement by SEC's Director of Trading and Markets, William Hinman, that blank, because Hinman's new test, blank, right? They want to keep that hidden from the public, of course, guys, because all the corruption by this specific branch of government, they want to cover it all up. Look at all those. Now, John Deaton makes an assertion here about what this is, and this blank is actually warning that Hinman's 2018 speech would cause either speculation or confusion. That's what John Deaton's saying there. See, the redaction in the redaction below, 2 words appear redacted. When you read the entire paragraph in context through, it's safe to say that one of the words is confusion or speculation, because this is the SEC, their own ethics officer, telling William Hinman, hey, buddy, you better quit meeting with Simpson Thatcher. You better quit, meeting with the Ethereum Foundation, meeting with Consensus. This is not good. You're breaking the law here. I mean, they're flat out, the SEC, their ethics officer, was telling the SEC themselves, William Hinman, dude, hey, you got to stop meeting. We've told you to stop, and you met 3 more times after that. I don't know, man. Government politicians, till the end of time, they're always going to get away with stuff. But not in this lawsuit. We want to have this stuff public. The Director of Trading and Markets, Brett Redfern, replied that the Hinman speech would cause more speculation. That's what they're assuming here. I surmised it was more confusion, but Neil demonstrated it is more likely to say, quote, more speculation. And I'm unable to view this tweet because his account owner limits who can view their tweets, a.k.a. I got blocked by this person. I don't know even who this guy is, but I get blocked on Twitter by a lot of people. I know my Twitter can be very spammy and things like that with a bunch of tweets. Anyways, in the redactions below, there's a second redacted word from the Redfern's email. It reads, Redfern, quote, deliberately recommended giving industry participants, presumably to give the agency more room to maneuver. In context, it reads something like opaqueness, vagueness, etc. All the 4 pages above are included in Ripple's opposition brief. In Ripple's final brief, its reply brief, it only refers one time to the Hinman emails. Ripple's reply cites the emails because of the SEC's attempt to have the court adopt strict vertical commonality. Okay? Although we can't read what was actually written in the email, it is clear that it was a statement about the fact that owning a lot of an asset or token alone is not enough to satisfy the common enterprise factor of Howey, although the SEC is arguing the opposite versus Ripple. Because Judge Torres previously ruled that the Hinman emails, drafts, etc. may be only relevant for cross-examination and not relevant as to whether XRP was offered or endorsed sold as a security, I'm assuming Ripple lawyers only reference what they believe would move the judge. So it's like the Hinman emails, Hinman drafts. It's not like having those in court and having those being released to Ripple. It's not like, hey, just that alone is going to make them win the case and XRP is not a security. But it definitely does help, because what is it showing? The SEC pay to play. SEC playing favorites. SEC being kind of a sugar baby and looking for who can give me the most retirement benefits under the table. These motherfuckers, dude. God. Guys, if you can ever be a politician, just do it, because it seems like these guys just get showered with money and never get locked up for what they're doing. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm not saying go be a corrupt politician, but if you're going to be a politician, I mean, it seems like all these guys all get some, under the table, funneled money, tax-free, off to a Swiss bank overseas. I'm just, God, dude. Anyways, prior to reading the last two Ripple briefs, I believed it was likely that the XRP was referenced in the emails. Since Ethereum was getting regulatory free pass, I believed it possible, if not likely, that someone in the Hinman speech email chain might have asked, what about XRP? And that's why we want them public. Ripple already has them. But since there has been 60-plus drafts of this, free pass playing favorites 15 million retirement benefit speech, ETHGATE, there's always the question, because when the ETH speech happened, okay, Bitcoin was number 1, Ethereum number 2, XRP number 3. So they went for 1 and 2. They gave 1 and 2 the thumbs up, but why the hell did they ignore 3? And that's the reason why the Hinman emails, documents, and drafts are so important, because they want to expose to the court if XRP was referenced in those emails by the SEC, people representing the SEC, and why the hell didn't they include XRP in the speech? That's the biggest reason why it's going to help us win the case. Some may disagree, but I now don't believe XRP was referenced in the emails, comments, or drafts. Really? Really? Wow. For a long time, I'm not saying like only John Deaton, but I'm just saying the, legal legends of the XRP space have always been saying that, hey, considering how many drafts of the speech there were, and the emails and the documents, it's like we got to just be saying by pure probability of XRP being that next runner-up token right after Bitcoin Ethereum in 2018, it's like they should have mentioned it at some point. But now John Deaton is saying, some may disagree, but I now don't believe XRP was referenced in the emails, comments, or draft. If XRP itself was referenced in the emails, the Ripple lawyers would have certainly referenced it in the briefs. Even though redacted, we should be able to pick up on the context. So now saying he does not believe XRP was mentioned in those emails. But still, even if XRP wasn't mentioned, you still got all the corruption, collusion, and payoffs and all that shit. Still good things that can help us in the lawsuit. So although the emails and comments will likely show some underhanded shit by the SEC, I don't believe they are as damaging as people, including me, once believed. Okay, John Deaton, I'm not saying he's changing his tune here, but he's, hey, you know what? When you get new information, totally acceptable to change your position on something. Or not change it, but you kind of adjust your position on something. That's what people do. Like, I don't know how to word this, but, people that are humble, I think, are very much willing to adjust their stance on something when new information is presented. So, I don't believe they're as damaging as people, including me, once believed. I mean, when Ripple got a hold of the Hinman emails and documents, though, when they got turned over from the judge, because the SEC rejected it 2 times, and the judge overturned their 2 rejections and then got it turned over, Stuart Alderton and Brad Garlinghouse were coming out saying, hey, guys, yeah, SEC, oh, man, they basically, I don't remember the exact phrase or the exact quote of the tweet, but it was something along the lines of like, oh my God, yeah, SEC's been telling you guys they're about transparency and helping people thrive and things like that. Oh my God, is that the opposite? Something like that. And I think that's the one I was talking about right there. The SEC wants you to think that it cares about disclosure, transparency, and clarity. Don't believe them. When the truth eventually comes out, the shamefulness of their behavior here will shock you. So see, right there, your boy Alex Cobb did not have the exact quote in my head, but I was basically paraphrasing what they were saying, right? So yes, I'm aware of the tweets from Brad Garlinghouse. It doesn't change the analysis. Okay, on to the next. The SEC has argued, and I think the judge agrees, that the motive behind why the lawsuit was filed is irrelevant as to whether XRP was offered sold as a security. Even if the emails show that Hinman and others acted improperly, it doesn't change the judge's job in analyzing XRP. It's clear that the SEC is coming after other tokens, such as Dragon Chain, Oh, Dragon Chain. That doesn't sound like a rug pull. Jesus. ERC20 token, blah, blah, blah. ERC20. Oh, yeah. ERC20 SEC is not going to go after those because they got all paid off. Hinman said Ethereum was sufficiently decentralized. Look below at the redacted. See how Hinman's new test is referenced? I guarantee the Hinman emails will be sought and discovered by other litigants. They have an absolute right to this discovery as suggested by BlackBerry XRP. Guys, absolutely crazy. Considering ERC20 tokens are governed by the Ethereum blockchain, these litigants arguably have a greater right to get these emails in discovery than Ripple did. In other words, one could credibly argue that the Hinman emails and drafts are more relevant to ERC20 tokens than XRP. If Ripple can argue a lack of fair notice, these ERC20 tokens certainly can. Moreover, there's already a ruling and analysis by Judge Knepper and affirmed by Judge Torres that these emails are not protected by the deliberative process privilege or attorney-client privilege. In sum, I believe the SEC has accepted that the emails will eventually become public, which is shocking to me. In fact, Brad Garlinghouse's tweet, he said, when the truth is eventually known, we'll be shocked. It is my opinion that the Ripple case will not settle because of the Hinman emails. Okay, this thread keeps going, but guys, I don't want to keep the video too long. You guys can go ahead and pause the video right here, read the thread for yourself, but there is John Deaton's updated kind of thoughts on the Ripple vs. SEC lawsuit. Make sure you guys do smash like, subscribe down below, and I will see you guys in the next one.